Alright, what does cyberbullying mean to you?
Cyberbullying means to me kids making choices online to comment about other people in a hurtful way, say things that they might not typically say to someone's face, and maybe the intention is to hurt, humiliate, put down, maybe even to discriminate against. And the person that's receiving it, it's unwanted, it's unwelcome, and yeah.
Have you ever experienced cyberbullying
Me personally,
or like dealt with it?
as far as personally, I always thought, you know, Facebook and things like that, you put yourself out there, you have your friends on Facebook. I keep it, I'm always a person that has adults, I don't, have kids on my Facebook. I think it's something that is more of a network of family, my family and friends like that. But certainly when I think about you guys, I thought, man, it would really be hurtful if someone was to shoot me something on Facebook and say something mean or hurtful where everyone else could read it along with it. It's never happened to me, but I could certainly speculate what it would be like, and it wouldn't be good. So.
Alright, do you think there's any ways to prevent it?
Yeah, I think kids need to, first off, they have to be able to recognize it. I think kids sometimes have a higher tolerance for certain kinds of language online. I think kids have a certain tolerance for what's okay, what's not okay. But I think kids need to recognize where the rule breakers are, where the lines are crossed. And once they recognize that line, they need to do things such as say stop. They need to block people. They need to save information. They need to document things that are happening and make it real clear to the people that are doing it that this isn't a joke, this isn't funny. And also be careful they don't respond back to it and cyberbully themselves. And report it when they need to. That's the whole thing about saving things and documenting things. You have the evidence, because people will lie. People will say that it's not true.
Do you think cyberbullying is being dealt with good today?
I think Massachusetts, we're certainly looking at this issue from the standpoint of what can we do. And with bullying laws being put in place in Massachusetts, we're also looking at getting cyberbullying on the books. And it's a difficult law because it's so open-ended. I mean, when things happen outside of the building, every case is different. But the way they're looking at it now is if an incident happens outside of school and then it triggers or carries over inside of school, then it becomes a school issue. And our school's looking at guidelines of how we can handle those issues.
If you were to inform someone about cyberbullying, what would you say?
First thing I'd say is that I'm sorry that's happening to the person. And I definitely would acknowledge their feelings around it, and I would encourage them to do all the things that I said before about saving information, refusing people, and being real clear that it's not okay to people. And again, let them know that if they report it, there will be something done about it. We won't just overlook it.
What advice would you give someone if they came to you and saying they have been cyberbullied?
My advice would be, first off, I'd take it very seriously. I would certainly take the time to discuss it in a way about the things that had happened, and I'd ask questions like, have you blocked the person? Have you, used words where you refused it? Have you saved material? Have you done everything you can to help prevent, this from happening? And I'd be real sensitive to their feelings and what's going on. I kind of listen to them and see what's happening. And I would have to, as a teacher, I would have to report it to Ms. Fleming, depending on the severity of the situation, and the principal of our school, because I have a responsibility not to overlook issues like this. I have to take them very seriously.
What do you think a punishment would be for someone who cyberbullies?
I think each case is going to be different. but certainly when you get into your civil rights, you know, people are commenting on race and they're commenting, you know, like sexual harassment type things, the severity is going to be a lot worse. But you know, with the results of people taking their own life because of this, I think we need to really send a message to kids that this is not okay. And you know, as far as consequence goes, again, I don't really have enough information to know exactly, you know, what consequences would be appropriate, because I know all situations are different. But you know, in certain cases, it's going to be a suspension. It's going to be, you know, call home. Maybe they're going to have some kind of restrictions or things taken away, and it could even be a criminal act where the police are involved with this situation.
Any more questions?
Hmm?
All right.
We're good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good, guys. I mean, it's what do you guys think?